Hey everyone! So normally I'm not going to be doing videos about shipping, but we have so many packages today that I figured it'd be a good chance to just kind of sit down, chat, because we have 18 of them. So it's going to take quite a while. So I don't know if you're going to watch all of this. I might cut the video if it takes too long, but we'll start doing it. So first thing I do with any shipping labels is I go through and make sure there's no international ones, because for some reason they print them different sizes. I already did these, so I know if there's an international in here, so I have to find it. And of course I'm going to be careful in this video, make sure that there's no addresses showing and no names. For names, I'm sure a lot of you don't care, but just in case. And if any of them do show, I'll make sure that I blur them out so that nobody can see your name or your address. So for the international ones, I cut those out first because again, they're different sizes. With our shipping labels, they print 2 to a sheet with how we do them. And once I get those, I just gotta put my scrap paper aside, I'll throw it away later, and I keep a stack of the labels I cut out over here. It's gonna be very loud for a moment while I cut paper, because I'm not talking, so I'm probably gonna have to mute the sound a little bit. Alright, and the rest of these are just normal Facebook Etsy labels going to the USA, so I can cut them all at once. And you can see how thick this is here. This wasn't even all the packages. You probably can't see in frame, but there's like 9 of them on the piano still waiting to be approved. But it's starting to get dark pretty early here, and I don't like going up to the mailbox when it's pitch black, so I'm doing these while it's still daylight. Just to be safe, because our driveway light has not been working for a while, so I don't like going up and up the driveway when it's pitch black outside. And I'll throw those away later. I probably should put a trash can by me sometime, but I don't have one. So I have all the boxes are down beside me. I know you can't see them, but they're all stacked really nicely here. On the boxes, we write people's first name on the lower left side in Sharpie. That way we can identify who it's going to, because it can be very confusing if you don't have their exact name. So what I do is I go through the labels and just pick people out as I recognize them. Sometimes people have different names for their address compared to like their Facebook or Etsy name. So if I'm not completely 100% sure, I'll set them aside and make sure that, they're a match later. First one. So for Facebook ones, they don't get anything special. They just get taped normally. For Etsy people, we have this Etsy tape that they sent to us, and they get a strip of that. And I wrote on all the boxes which the Etsy ones are. That way I know. And again, this tape's probably very loud, so hopefully still be able to talk over it. So I make sure that these packages are really secured, but you're not going to be able to break into these unless you have a knife or scissors. And that's to keep them safe. So I do 2 strips across the top, 1 to kind of hold this flap, and then 1 across the top to hold these 2 flaps. So now there's no way you'd be able to open this box unless you get a knife. Best way is just to cut into this flap and then the 2 sides and they'll pop right open. And then down this side of me I have a big box which I use to carry the packages up, because I obviously can't carry 18 packages in my hands. So they just get stacked in there really nice. And then on to the next one, and I do this until they're done. What's really fun is sometimes I recognize people's names as I do this, if they're like customers who order a lot from us. So I'm like, oh hey, I know you. What's really fun is when you get people, like 2 people have the same first name. That's really confusing. So you have to be really careful with it. And I've had people ask me like, oh, is your job fun? Is it complicated? It can be fun. And it's more entertaining than some other jobs you could be doing. But you have to be really careful with everything we do in the business. So if you work at like a fast food place and you mess up an order, that's, it's bad, but it's whatever. Compared to for our business, if we mess up, and somebody gets sent the wrong pen or it gets sent to the wrong person, that's obviously a very bad thing that we don't want to happen. And this is an Etsy person, so they're going to get this Etsy tape right down the middle. Just one strip. Just to show that Etsy sent it to us and we're star sellers. This person I actually found out as I did this that they're pretty close to us. They're also in Indiana, which you don't see too often. Most of the time people are like really far away from us. And we got some international people, of course. Lately it's been Canada mostly. I printed some for some other countries, but for the past few weeks it's just been Canada. Yeah, we've been working pretty hard today. It's November 3rd. I don't know when this is going to go out. I'm sure not November 3rd. It'll go out sometime in next week, probably. But on this day, we've all been working really hard. And turning, polishing pens, and I've been taking photos and doing packaging probably about 4 or 5 hours now. But after I finish these, and all done with the business for today, and just stop and relax. So I put an Etsy tape across these flaps by like using normal packing tape too, just to make sure that holds. I'm sure the Etsy tape's strong enough, but I just want to make extra sure. So in that amount of time, I have done 4 packages now. On an average day, I'll probably have about 6, 7. Today normally doesn't happen. It's just things went out a lot at once. Etsy packages were piling up and we're starting to get the holiday rush in. Normally when I'm doing these, I'll put a TV show on my phone or listen to music or do something. A lot of times Dad will be watching YouTube in his chair. His chair's just right over off camera. A lot of times he'll be watching YouTube. I'll listen to that while I'm packaging. Oh, I forgot to get you for this one. It's a new addition doing the Etsy tapes. It's sometimes hard to remember to put it on each package. When we first started doing the packaging, we did it with these bubble envelopes, which were so annoying to package. Instead of the little like velvet sleeves that we put pens in now, we used to have to roll them in cardboard. So I'd wrap them up in like newspaper, like this paper right here. I'd wrap them up in it and tape it so it was like a little candy roll. And I'd have to wrap cardboard around it and tape that and then put it in the bubble envelope. And each package, just to put in the envelope, took about 5 minutes. For some people, if they had like 5 pens, it would take about 10 minutes. So now with this system, it is so much faster, and I think it looks a lot more professional with the little boxes. But if you're an old school customer, you remember when we did not have these, when we had the yellow envelopes. Actually, decently recent change was in this house. A year and a half ago.